Hey guys, Colin here, hope you're well. Today I'm going to talk to you about a really awesome tool that I've just discovered called CMD Watcher, and this is from Kahu Security. I picked up this tweet from at Campus Cody just a couple of hours ago, and if you don't follow Campus Cody, you should definitely do so on Twitter. He's a really cool guy, and he's really at the forefront of cybersecurity industry news. So if you want to learn the latest about TTPs from various threat actors, if you want to know about what's going on in the cybersecurity industry, this is the guy to follow, and you'll definitely be up to speed on what's going on. Tweets like this are awesome because it really gives back to the wider community some of the stuff which you can learn about and put in your arsenal. And Kahu Security has developed an awesome tool here in CMD Watcher. So this tool will watch for whenever the CMD process is spawned. It's going to suspend the process, it's going to extract the command line data from it, and then it's going to kill the process. And what that means from a malware analysis point of view is, take for example a malicious Word doc, such as that of Emotet or TrickBot or whatever we see lately. That usually calls CMD to then invoke the likes of PowerShell to pull down your malicious binaries, etc. And if you wanted to grab that command line invocation, yes, there's other tools you can use. You can use Procmon, and you can use even reverse engineering methods to get out the code yourself within the VBA editor. But this tool makes it super easy just to run the code, extract the malicious command line process, but then also you don't subsequently go on and have to worry about infecting your system, your virtual machine even, to save you the hassle of rolling back, etc. So super cool tool to have in the arsenal for some quick analysis of malware to extract some indicators. So let's see it in action. So first off here I've got a malicious document which was doing the rounds a couple of days ago. So this is this particular document leads to Emotet, and if you have a look at the macros itself, just out of interest, they're not obfuscated realistically, but they are just got some junk code in here, all this format number stuff, blah blah blah, that's all noise. And we've just got a call here to shell, and actually the argument that's passed to shell, which would be the command line invocation of whatever it's going to execute, is stored in this textframe.textrange.text. And actually the malicious code in this particular instance is stored in the body of the of this Word doc here. And if you can just about see in the top left hand corner, that little dot that almost looks like a pixel, if we zoom right in, this is actually the text of a particular shape or whatever object that's been inserted by the bad guys here. And if I zoom in enough to be able to click on it and make this a little bit bigger, you can see here this is actually the malicious code that gets executed. So it's probably quite an interesting sandbox evasion technique, because the malicious code is not in the VBA, which might be where the kind of sandboxes or AV engines kind of go looking for stuff. But an interesting technique nonetheless. So anyway, if you wanted to extract the command line process really quickly without subsequently infecting your machine, you can just start the CMD Watcher. So just click on Start, and that's going to look for any process which launched CMD, suspend it. It's going to take out the command line and show you it, and then also subsequently kill the process as well. So if we open this document again, and then this time, let me just bring this up onto my screen here, and this time if I enable content, you can see here that CMD Watcher has captured the command that was going to be passed to CMD. So you can see the invocation here. So absolutely fantastic, nice and easy. And if you look at my process hacker, like the rest of it is not spawned. So I now haven't got PowerShell invoking a web download and Emotet and whatever. It's killed the process for me already. So I'm now at a stage where I can just perform some additional analysis. So that's really awesome. Just to take this a stage further, just because this is Emotet and it's quite interesting. So you can see here that actually it's obfuscated a little bit here, this PowerShell. And if you wanted to get at the particular indicators, you need to extract this base 64 encoded string here in the middle. You can see it's past the base 64 decoding routine, and it's also in terms of its compression, it uses gzip to compress the base 64 as well. So what we need to do is just come up with a routine where we can decompress it. So out of interest, I wrote a little Python script which can do this. You can see I've commented out. You can either hard code this if you really want to, or you can just like paste the string in as a command line argument to the Python script. It's going to unbase 64 encode it, or base 64 decode it, and then it's just going to zlib decompress it as well, and then just print it out to your screen. So if I run Python correctly, deflate it, and then just pass this through as a command line argument, you can see here that the string that it pops out will have all of the indicators for you, i.e. the URLs that actually get reached out to you by this particular Emotet malware. If you want to make this a little bit prettier, you can actually use CyberChef as well. So if you put, let me go back and just take the base 64. Let me go back here. You can put the base 64 into CyberChef, and you can say from base 64, and then you can also raw inflate this and then you can get exactly the same thing as well. So if you wanted to use a CyberChef Recipe, and you can probably clean this up a little bit as well. So you can probably use regular expression, for example, just to show you URLs. Scroll down a little bit and then just say, right, list matches. And then again, we can split the text. Let me scroll down again. Split the text on the @ symbol, and we can see here that it's just a little bit cleaner. So albeit with some little bit of trailing text here at the end, but a little bit cleaner of a way to get to the URLs that this particular malware will try and hit to invoke the Emotet download. So anyway, the point of the video is to showcase to you this really cool tool called CMD Watcher. I hope you get it in your arsenal. I hope you'll be able to use it as effectively as I have for reverse engineering your malware and your analysis as well. And thank you again to Campus Cody for sharing this on Twitter. And hopefully Kahu Security will continue to develop some awesome tools as well like this going forward. Thanks guys. Cheers.